sort of man would kill like a leopard and leave the traces of a leopard?
Crazy guy?
But he'd have to know about leopards. Have access to leopard claws and hair.
We're not going to catch a train, darling. We're going to stay right here and catch a murderer.
Seen anything like this. A spy from Mars lands on our continent to lead an organized gang in a maniacal plan to shackle the people of the world.
We have delayed our campaign long enough. It's time to bring this planet Earth under the control of our supreme dictator on Mars.
Get the gun, Steve. First time on the screen, men battle a disc plane in the clouds. You'll be thrilled by this amazing, incredible prediction of things to come. Sensation everybody's cheering in Republic's serial thriller, Radar Men from the Moon. When the moon monsters, under the direction of Rettig, ruthless dictator of the moon, scheme to invade the Earth.
And have your ray gun set up ready to blast them. This time you must not fail.
Yes, Your Excellency.
The nations of the world appeal to Commando Cody, Sky Marshal of the Universe.
Cody and his assistants must be destroyed.
Okay, we'll go back to town and get them. To see an actual invasion from the moon. In Republic's Radar Men from the Moon.
I am the Panther girl of the Congo. I have seen natives of the jungle fiercely attacked by the deadly panther. I've watched the devastation which follows in the wake of the thundering elephant charge. I've heard the agonized screams of the terrorized natives as the silent python strikes. I've known the whirlwind rush of the wild buffalo with death in its eyes. I've hunted the vicious beasts of the Mato Grosso with camera and gun. But never in the history of the primitive jungle has there been such a fearful sight, freezing with horror both man and beast. Here in Africa it appeared, as though from out of some fantastic nightmare. The giant crawling devil beast, whose monstrous razor-sharp claws...
Go Panther girl of the Congo on a safari into danger where few men dare go and fewer return. Where the ferocious beasts of the jungle are matched in their savagery only by criminals gone mad with a lust for diamonds. See the Panther girl trapped between these human killers.
We must have hit her an awful belt. Get some rope. We'll load her into a canoe and take her back to camp.
Right. And the prehistoric devil beasts. Those horrible creatures from the beginning of time, never before seen by any human now living. Episodes of blood-freezing action. See the Panther girl of the Congo.
Man to be set up in a satellite and ejected back to Earth.
Something's wrong. I'm falling too fast. Golden Rod, I'm in trouble. The jets aren't breaking my speed. I'm releasing the drag chute.
"7 hours and his blood is still alive."
Night of the Blood Beast brings you the first creature on Earth bullets cannot kill.
This is fantastic. It's unbelievable. Things like this just don't happen.
A blood beast that makes a dead man live.
Dr. Wilde, half his head's gone.
A blood beast that feasts on Earth scientists. The first satellite creature to impregnate man with its chromosomes.
It's true. I can feel it inside.
The first exploration into living space, exposing secrets too horrifying to reveal. You'll know days of nerve-straining suspense. It's first-degree terror when you see Night of the Blood Beast.
I'm Vincent Price, and you're invited to my party in the house on Haunted Hill, where so far the ghosts have murdered only 7 people. So won't you come and make it 8? You'll see human heads without bodies. Mysterious pools of blood dripping from the ceiling. The walls move slowly in against you. Don't try to escape, you can't.
Would he hurt you?
He would kill me if he could.
So far tonight, one of us was almost killed by a falling chandelier. One of us has been driven to the brink of absolute hysteria, and one of us is dead. Were these accidents? Suicide? And we must stay here for 6 more hours.
You ready, dear?
No.
Are you ready, dear?
Yes, damn you.
Pritchard, if you know where she is, you better tell me now.
She's gone. She's gone with them. And there's nothing you can do about it.
The ghosts are waiting, so won't you join me in the house on Haunted Hill? Hurry, or you'll be late for your own funeral.
Human is the fantastic motion picture record of the search for the mountain creature of Asia, whose name has become a symbol of terror and mystery. The abominable snowman. This is the claw that reaches out to kill. And this is the footprint in the snow, So astounding that scientific laboratories throughout the world are rocked by its startling impact.
This is a mold taken from the footprint found outside the cabin door. By measuring the width, the length, and the depth of the print, their composite picture described the species as being 9 feet tall and weighing around 1,800 pounds.
What did Tanaka say?
Well, he was convinced in his mind that the hair follicle was closer to that of man than to that of any other animal known to exist.
Now you can follow the relentless pursuit of the half-human monster whose earth-rocking fury broke the torturing bonds of his civilized tormentors. Half-human, he learned the terrifying power of fire over the natives who worshipped him. Half-human, he set off an avalanche of destruction against the invaders of his mountain kingdom. Half-human, he still felt the surging need for human love.
This cosmic phantom, this being, boneless, fleshless, almost invisible, stalking the earth, leaving panic behind.
Kathy, what is it? What's wrong?
In there, it was horrible.
There's our cosmic man. Like a solid mass, and yet he's not solid. Like a creature made of matter, and yet more like antimatter.
This sphere from outer space, impervious to heat, impossible to move. Was it a satellite sent to spy on Earth? A spaceship? A secret weapon? Science was baffled. The Army ready to accept the challenge.
Radio the base. Have every available man stationed around those atomic plants.
I am here, in the darkness.
I demand you state your business here.
Your demands mean nothing to me.
Gentlemen, we are witnessing a biological chain reaction. A geometrical progression of deadly menace.
It had started casually, insignificantly, as momentous events often do.
Look there. 2 points off the port bow.
The Giant Behemoth, the fire-spitting monster predicted in the Bible. Its core a mass of lethal radiation. Rising from the depths of time, its strength enormous, its gargantuan ferocity a threat to London, to the world itself.
We must find a way of destroying this creature in one piece. Judging by the beast's size, I would say it was powerful enough to drive a battleship.
Of course, its tremendous electric charge is what projects the radiation. That's what makes the creature so deadly.
Have you any concrete suggestions?
Yes. First, block off the Thames. Men do lives after them. Beware. 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 From beyond the grave comes blood-freezing horror as an ancient curse brings paralyzing terror to all who know the terrible secret of the 4 skulls of Jonathan Drake.
destroy you, Sorex. With a gun? Jonathan Drake, of all men, should know how futile that would be. Since you know that I'm dead, you know that you can't kill me.
Don't wait, Dad! Dad!
Within 3 days, the dead will destroy all the living.
I am from another planet, outside your galaxy.
I'm sorry, I just don't understand.
Unless Earth surrenders in 24 hours, we will begin a mass invasion. We are invisible. We are invisible, Adam Penner. You cannot see us.
From outer space come the invisible invaders, living dead men threatening to destroy all life on Earth.
Along the jungles of the Amazon, the evil forces of witchcraft and black magic still rule the native heart, bringing sudden terror to the people who wander its primeval forests.
With this, our people make live the dead. Master, this is good.
Starring George Coulouris as Dr. Moran, a man obsessed with the power of evil. In his ruthless hands lies the secret that could solve the mystery of life and death.
She'll become part of the plant. And from it, I'll get the serum to bring the dead back to life.
Ever since you came back from that horrible journey 5 years ago, you've been different.
Yes, you're right, Margaret. I've changed.
I believe you're doing something wicked. There's that iron door that I mustn't go through. I dream of it. What does it lead to?
The feeling of evil is all around them. A forbidding past becoming part of the frightening present. Those who enter this house of fear stay to face a jungle of terror.
Why have you locked me in here? I'm frightened.
Way up in the Amazon jungle, there are people who put their hands into the mouth of death and snatch its victims back. I learned their secret. I told you. The world will ring with my name. The man who can bring back the dead.
You're mad.
This engine's still warm.
Say, did you see the skid marks out here? They go at a direct right angle to the direction of travel.
No digs in the macadam either. Somebody was hurt. There's blood all over this thing.
What is this black menace that kills everything it sees and hears? No human mind could imagine the enormous destructive power of this maddened, killing thing. If you're young people in love, look out. If you're driving a lonely road, you're as good as dead.
There's been a lot of livestock missing lately. That doesn't make headlines, but now it's people.
Never in the history of the United States, a monster of such size and power and horrifying hatred of man.
It's a Sorex soricidae.
Looks like a small rat.
Shrews as small as rats, perfect for scientific experiments, until they began to grow and grow into things.
They must eat 3 times their own weight in food every 24 hours or starve.
There are 200 or 300 giant shrews out there. Monsters weighing between 50 and 100 pounds.
That's as big as a full-grown wolf.
Blood-curdling, horrifyingly poisonous monsters.
It was the livestock. The shrews got into the barn.
The wildest of flesh eaters, threatening all mankind. Your flesh will crawl with fear at their nearness.
The shrews were out there. I couldn't take a chance.
Come in. Come closer. Closer. That's right. I'm Vincent Price. You'll be just as safe in this house of fear as any of the other 5 victims murdered by the bat. In all of the annals of mystery, there's never been a more elusive, fearsome, and cunning killer. He'll lure you through hidden passages to make you his next victim. But nobody lives forever, so why be afraid of the bat?
How long's he been dead?
Oh, I'd say about a half an hour. You believe it was the bat?
That's a bat's trademark.
Perhaps he's still in the house.
That's possible.
It says here that the bat never leaves no fingerprints.
That's understandable. Having no face, he probably has no fingers either.
The bat is waiting for you.
Supposing a more powerful form of royal jelly could be obtained. From the queen wasp, for example.
Socially, the queen wasp is on level with the black widow spider.
Oh, no. There might be danger.
Those are my terms, Mr. Fincher. Janice Starlin will be your next guinea pig.
A woman of fantastic desires, sponsoring a scientist with fantastic theories, and demanding fantastic results.
How old do I look? Tell me. How old?
23.
The enzymes, they're going crazy. Miss Darling will kill her and tear her body to shreds.
Break trail with 4 men and a girl to the territory of the killer beast. 4 men who live by killing. A girl who has experienced so much that only sadistic brutality can thrill her. Vicious and violent men, attempting the most daring of daylight robberies, enjoying midnight revelries, until one orgy turns into a nightmare of terror. Ride the ski lift to the very top in thrills.
What I saw you wouldn't believe.
Watch men who deal in death meet and fight. The invincible beast from Haunted Cave.
Go back. Go back.
I come to help you.
You can't help now.
In the backwoods of the Everglades, the boys had only the storekeeper's woman to talk about.
You want something, Cal?
I sure do, honey. I know how to take care of a woman like you, Liz.
Then, out of the swamp's depths, again appears horrifying, mysterious creatures, thirsting for lovers' blood. What are these giant mutations whose attack on people sends the whole countryside on an endless search?
Whatever killed those people is still in that lake, and it's going to take more than dynamite to get it out.
And then brings them back to life to gratify their distorted desires.
Motion picture that dares to unlock the secrets of the unknown.
Is the man. Is he, Charles?
Yes, he is. You call that thing a man?
On this mystery island in the Pacific, 3 people are trapped in a new dimension of horror. The New York doctor who gave up his Park Avenue practice to prove himself either a madman or a genius. His wife, tormented by unsatisfied desire, desperate to escape her loneliness and her fear. The intruder,
He knew that the forbidden secrets he uncovered were against the laws of nature.
I shall succeed in creating a higher, a perfect man.
Warning, the scene so shocking that a special warning bell has been installed to protect the faint-hearted. When the bell rings, we suggest they close their eyes and not open them until it rings again.
I want to give each of you the opportunity to experience the sensation of hypnosis, to cross the dark, mysterious threshold of your own unconscious mind. And now, if you dare, look into the hypnotic eye.
The hypnotic eye. No one was safe against it.
11 women. Attractive, some even beautiful. Each one of them mutilated herself in some crazy way. They can't all be accidents.
Your body is growing stiff and rigid. Your flesh is turning to stone. You are turning to stone.
The hypnotic eye. Terror loose in the city streets, reaching from the plush nightclubs to the beat joints' bongo beat. A strange animal magnetism that drives women to do things hidden deep within their subconscious, and bringing violence and mutilation and death to the innocent.
What is more pleasant than a cool, refreshing shower? Get into the shower, Marshal. Get into the cool, cool shower.
The terrible power of hypnosis used for satanic evil. A spell impossible to resist, ending in unspeakable torture.
I command you to see the hypnotic eye.
Very carefully. In just a few seconds, the man driving it is going to die. What made him crash to his death?
Denver was one of your patients taking brain treatments. Yet he died from some kind of cerebral trouble just after he left this clinic.
Perhaps it would help to clarify matters if I explained that some years ago I discovered a new technique in the treatment of certain neuroses. It involves what one might loosely term electronic hypnosis.
Electronic hypnosis. It was a way of drugging a man's brain with weird sounds and strange pictures so that he craved for more and yet more.
And who is Paul Zachin?
I'm going to marry him.
Well, congratulations.
After you and I broke up, why, I seemed to go to pieces. But Paul has been very good to me.
Well, I have no one to blame but myself. So here's to the future, Mrs. Paul Zachin.
For a moment, you had me worried, Doctor. I cannot be a party to what may be murder.
Starring Rod Cameron as an insurance investigator, probing the cause of a man's sudden death. Mary Murphy as Ruth, the girl who walked into a spider's web of terror and was trapped. Peter Illing as Zamkan, who created for his patients a strange new world of escape.
Castle, whom the Saturday Evening Post calls the master of movie horror.
Do you believe in ghosts? I do. And you will too, when you come to this theater and see my picture, 13 Ghosts. No more dictation today. When you see 13 ghosts, you'll be given a supernatural viewer like this, which will enable you to penetrate for the first time into the spirit world. It will let you see all 13 of our weird, wonderful, and wildly assorted ghosts.
Now, brace yourself as we take you across the threshold of our haunted mansion, where there's a ghost for everyone in the family. Father, mother, sister, brother. You'll be scared stiff, too, when you see what they see. 13 ghosts, materializing in ectoplasmic color through the magic of Illusiono, the Ghost Viewer. The ghost of a lion in the basement. The ghost of a murderous cook in the kitchen.
Stop it! Stop it, I say!
The ghost who speaks through the lips of the living.
Death tonight. To one of you.
The evil ghost in the bedroom, fighting to take possession of this beautiful girl. You'll feel all the thrills and chills of seeing one ghost multiplied by the magic number 13.
Oh, take it easy, Dracula. What do you think I'm carrying here, my dirty laundry?
Where a man-eating, talking plant gives homicide something to think about.
I didn't do it. Do what? Whatever.
Ever see this man?
Man, see picture.
Why are you so nervous? Oh, boy, you kiss good, Audrey.
Oh, I guess I just have a good kisser.
Now you will do as I say.
Yes, master.
You will go out and find me some food.
Yes, master.
What's the matter? Don't you like me?
Too bony.
Too bony? Nobody ever told me that before.
Beef is better than veal.
Ah, you're such a dodo. What do you call this? Chopped liver?
Defilers of the dead. Vicious violators of the innocent. The Fiendish Ghouls. Two of history's most diabolic demons, selling cadavers and corpses to the sinister Dr. Knox for his forbidden experiments.
We heard you like them fresh, sir. This one's as fresh as a new-cut cabbage.
Excellent. I'll give you 7 guineas.
1, 2... The Fiendish Ghouls. No one was safe from the bloodlust of these depraved grave robbers, these sadistic murderers.
You killed...
Stop it, will you?
They're dead! They're both dead! And if you want to find them, go to the Academy of Dogs Master Knox!
Shock upon shock, terror upon terror, shatter the screen in The Fiendish Ghouls. Science fiction has never imagined so strange or terrifying a story as that of the village of Midwich, England, cut off from life as we know it by some mysterious force. And later, at one and the same time, a child was born to every woman in the village. Children that grew to look like this. Beautiful youngsters behind whose fiery, hypnotic eyes lurked the demon forces of another world.
They're not human. They ought to be destroyed.
Forces put to such sinister use that it became a national emergency.
We are gathered here as advisors, as scientists, as government experts.
Have we established anything about the origins of these children?
There is the possibility of the transmission of energy.
Let me get this straight. You imply that these children may be the result of impulses directed towards us from somewhere in the universe.
What we need is time to investigate. Are you aware of life on another planet? Why are you so nervous when an aircraft flies above you?
Until recently, we haven't been able to make our control reach as far as a high aircraft.
Oh, now you have, is that it?
Today, their control reaches out into space. Tomorrow, will it girdle the globe?
There's nothing you can do to stop us. Leave us alone.
Not since Dracula stalked the earth has the world known so terrifying a day or night.
It is I who renounce you, and in the name of Satan, I place a curse upon you.
Black Sunday is like no motion picture you've ever seen. There are those who believe and those who do not. But both must know the suspense, the shock of meeting the living dead and of bringing the dead to life.
Look into my eyes. Embrace me. You will die, but I can bring you pleasures mortals cannot know.
Black Sunday, the most terrifying motion picture you'll ever see. Satan, wearing strange robes and fighting with all the furies of Hades, arouses the countryside to a frenzy of black terror.
In this lonely house, a fanatic scientist defies the laws of nature and unleashes a creature that holds a whole village in cold terror.
Can you imagine the excitement when the scientific world learns that a cold-blooded child was born alive? Millions of cold-blooded children are born alive. Serpent children.
cobra, some of the victims of the curse were found alive. And they claimed they'd been attacked, not by a poisonous snake, but by a beautiful girl.
In the twilight world between witchcraft and science, a young detective meets a beautiful girl. But can he see behind her lovely eyes the snake-cold stare of murder?
Well, hello. All alone? Out here at night? Aren't you nervous?
Nervous?
After all the stories I'd heard in the village, I was afraid everybody in Bellingham locked their doors from the inside at sundown.
I'm not nervous.
What are you doing here?
Waiting for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is nothing wrong with the projection. But you can't share the shock until you have the miracle movie mask. At showings of this motion picture, each patron will receive his own miracle movie mask. Then, but let's watch the scene again. Then you will lift your mask as he lifts his, and you will look through it with him into the weirdest nightmare world that man has ever dreamed, or the screen has ever dared show. The new realm of horror that can only be seen through The Mask. Here to tell you more is the supreme authority on all things weird, initiate of the strange and mysterious, the world's greatest connoisseur and collector of masks, Mr. Jim Moran.
I have seen wonders. I've traveled to the remotest corners of the globe, to dead cities, through savage jungles, to the inner sanctums of esoteric cults, the temples of exotic rituals, to tombs and caverns and palaces. The result? The most comprehensive collection of masks in the world. Some are works of art, some are astounding and horrifying, but nowhere in all my travels have I found a mask so absolutely remarkable as this mask, the Miracle Movie Fright Mask, the mask that you will be invited to put on when you see the motion picture called The Mask. This is the mask that will open your eyes to such things as man has never dared imagine. The mask that will make you part of the sensations of the most staggering experience of your life. But be warned, the things that you will see when you put on this mask will surely take you to the very limits of your nerves and to the very boundary line of sanity.
This is the story of an experiment that backfired.
I'll get them out. No, don't touch him.
The first thing we must do, Alex, is notify the authorities and get you to a hospital.
No!
What should we do? What can we do?
I don't know. We just can't call the police and have them shot like an animal. Alex, it's been 5 hours since you injected that second area. My God.
Dr. Ramsey? Alex?
Operator, answer. For God's sake, answer.
A strange and chilling climax.
Don't shoot him, please. Alex, don't run anymore. Please.
Look at those great, big, beautiful babes.
We're here on your Earth as a scientific investigating team.
Hey, baby, you're really out of this world.
As scientists, these girls are way ahead of us. For instance, in the raising of Vegemen, gigantic, man-like robots with fantastic strength. And the things the girls don't know, they're willing to learn.
Let me take you away from all this, my chérie.
Haven't you ever heard of love? Show me.
The gags and laughs come fast and furious in this fun-filled battle of the sexes.
One of us ought to go back and warn the Colonel.
You don't think he's gonna believe the story about galaxy gals and guys growing in flower pots?
If you would, in the interest of science, you understand, kiss an Earthman.
Stand by for a charge, baby.
These old Greek things certainly have lovely curves, haven't they?
Yeah. These young Greek things ain't bad either.
Help me. I'm ready for my bath.
Oh, you stupid, awkward creature! A man!
Where?
Destroy these upstarts who make mockery of the great name of Hercules. I'll find him if I have to go to the ends of the earth.
Hold it, men. He's gonna spring a trap door. Yeah, watch it. You think we're stupid or something?
Freeze as you watch a warped scientist become transformed into a godless beast when his bloody scalpel probes the forbidden secrets of a woman's flesh. In Atom Age Vampire, you will flame, to the stark ritual of a beautiful girl's last searing dance. As tragedy forever mars her loveliness, leaving her to face a world of terror.
I give you my word that I will restore your face, restore all your beauty.
You will cringe as the demented doctor experiments with a girl's trusting innocence. But to possess the living miracle wrought by his twisted genius, he must forever sacrifice his soul to the cunning gods of evil.
I'll transplant directly from another human being.
A mad creature born of the atomic age, now shackled to a world of rotting bodies and violent death. A sadist, a criminal, a depraved animal, more ferocious than Jekyll, more monstrous than Frankenstein, more bloody than Dracula.
Fire a volley through the window pane.
You will gasp as lust and madness stalk the dark and screaming night in Atom Age Vampire.
This is Nervorama. This is a new kind of shock on the screen. How many thrills can you take? If your blood curdles easily, don't come. We present 2 fiendish features. A scream a minute. A nightmare of fiendish horrors. Unbelievable until you see it with your own horror-stricken eyes.
Since I've been here, I've been trying to capture a wolf to extract his glands.
But tell me, Professor, have you ever experimented on yourself?
A new doctor, suspect. Beauties, the prey of fiendish desires. A village up in arms.
Look there! Where? At the top of the stairs. Water, stop, or I'll shoot!
A Nervorama shocker. Warning, this picture is for people with nerves of iron only. Also on the same program, shock, shock, shock. In all the history of horror pictures, nothing so shocking on the screen. Corridors of blood.
Mr. Bolton, the committee have decided against holding any further demonstrations.
I tell you, I must have those chemicals.
The bargain's a bargain, eh, Doctor? You keep your end of it, and I'll keep mine.
Corridors of Blood, starring Boris Karloff. Genius or madman? Betta St. John, drawn into the deadly vortex. Finley Curry, who believed at first. Christopher Lee, the killer known as Resurrection Joe.
Tom Sanders. I don't know how he died.
It's a favor for a favor, Doctor. You want your book? Hospitals want bodies.
You take shock after shock after shock. Don't hold in your terror. Shriek if you must. A Nervorama shocker. This picture is not for timid souls. Shudder at Corridors of Blood. Shake at Werewolf in a Girl's Dormitory. See both these Nervorama shockers on the same program on your suspense-charged giant theater screen.
God, it knows I'm here.
Look, I know the supernatural is something that isn't supposed to happen, but it does happen.
Now, look, Doc, we're buddies, okay? But don't try to convert me.
I'm trying to prepare you. My name's Marquis.
Dr. Marquay, a scientist interested in the supernatural. The unnatural, if you like. I came to Hill House to find the key to another world. Assisting me in this exploration of the unknown was Eleanor, Nell, who could look back into the past, and Theo, something of a witch, who could see into the future. This is Luke, who didn't believe in anything, until evil, patient and waiting, made him change his mind.
Stop it! God. Whose hand was I holding?
How many of us take seriously the things we cannot or do not want to understand, simply because we are afraid?
No, you Paul! Did you hear me calling?
Oh, this house. I have to watch it every minute.
The Haunting was produced and directed by Robert Wise, brilliant producer of West Side Story. The stars consist of a cross-section of top talent in the world of entertainment. Julie Harris, Claire Bloom, Richard Johnson, Russ Tamblyn.
What does it take to convince you that the dead do not always rest in peace? That some houses, like Hill House, are born bad?
This is Alan Sherman telling you about a movie that I just wrote the title song for. The movie's called My Son the Vampire. Every boy should have a vampire of his own. I'll tell you how I got mine. She just dropped over one night for a bite, so I bit her.
Children. Behind their fiery, hypnotic eyes lurk the demon forces of another world. It's them or us, for these are the children of the damned. Children of the damned. Even more eerie and startling than the sensational Village of the Damned.
I think they are the cells of man. Advanced maybe 1 million years.
Could they actually be creatures from other planets, centuries beyond us scientifically, invading the Earth disguised as children? There's Paul from England, Nina from Russia, Rashid from India, Mi Ling from China, Ago from Nigeria, and Mark from America. Who are they really? As we of the Earth push further and further into space, are they the answer to our probing?
They're not kids. Have you ever seen them laugh, run, play? No, by God, but you've seen them kill.
The ambassadors of all the Earth's nations experience their defiance.
Paul, we must know how to make that machine.
We'd never think of trying to force you, of course.
Theirs is the power of evil, turning friend against friend, hating, killing, yet armed with no weapon you can see or touch. Unless we can learn to live with them, we may cease to live at all. Can any force on Earth stop their fury?
At this very moment, they could be making all those men out there turn their guns on one another.
beach set twists to the big beat sound of the Delaires, swinging out with 6 rocking hits, while the cycle gangs burn up the road and strong-arm their way into the party with fists flying, while teenagers prepare for a secluded slumber party. Terrors, ghoulish atomic beasts who live off human blood.
Can they be killed? I don't know, Lieutenant.
They are the living dead. They're zombies.
Again and again, the fiendish monsters struck like nothing that ever stalked this earth. An entire city in the throes of panic, at the mercy of demons from the dead. See the creature that undrapes the passions of the living.
It takes just 10 seconds for the flesh eaters to strip the last bit of flesh from any living thing.
Listen to those screams. They're eating him alive.
These things want flesh, any kind of flesh. And once they sense it, they'll eat their way through anything that comes between them and their meat.
They stood alone, surrounded by the most abominable threat ever faced by human beings.
Don't touch those things! I need bandages, strips of cloth, anything, quickly!
One by one, half mad with terror, they turned upon each other.
You'll die first, Butcher! You'll die first!
You killed her!
Animal!
You will lie down in one of the contaminated areas and be our guinea pig.
What was the dread secret of this horror that was born out of science and madness? Was there no way to escape? The flesh eaters.
I've only seen you as a woman, not as anything else.
But I am something else.
We're up against something more powerful and destructive than either of you realize.
Masterminds of science, unwilling to believe the unbelievable, while they attempt the impossible.
We're trying to find a way, projecting ourselves into another world through the power of thought. What if they've already done it?
Yes, the unbelievable can be, and the unearthly stranger can feel as a human.
What is it?
Don't you hear it?
Hear what?
While unknown forces attack.
In a little while, I expect to die.
A wooden doll, strangely, terrifyingly human. Plaything of the devil, capable of such evil that only a cage can restrain its diabolical desires. It walks. It talks.
In Berlin, 1948. Find me.
It sees. It kills on blood-chilling command by thought control.
Hugo, she said you were ugly.
But somehow he's put a man's life into that doll.
Somehow, the malevolent mystery of the devil doll must be solved before more lives are lost to the monstrous power that manipulates it.
Look into it. So deep and rich and red and warm.
He's calling me, Mom. Please make him stop.
But there are no obvious answers, no mechanical tricks, nothing but sheer horror that grows and grows and explodes into violent, murderous action. You'll learn the dummy's sinister secret only at the very end of this most unusual suspense thriller. But for maximum shock, see it from the beginning. Devil Doll.
The curse, a violent curse upon each and every owner of the house.
He'll start to rant like a madman. You'll see, right up until December.
What's the matter with you? No, Charles, no! Charles, don't!
twice the fright you've ever experienced in your life or death. The terror shock that can't be stopped.
Father, you're not God. You're not even human. You murdered those men, and you made me a murderer, too.
Weird experiments of accursed scientists turn human beings into living hybrid hell monsters. Now you hold hands with the devil. Now you run. Run for your life from the terror, the torment, the torture inflicted by Satan's ambassador of evil. The next victim could be you. Or you. Or you. Caught forever by the curse of the fly. Plus, devils of darkness. This man discovered their secret. This woman was stripped of her soul and forced to obey the evil one. Master of the devils of darkness. See the macabre blood sacrifice to Satan himself.
This is the cave of the living dead. Behind the black mouth of the cursed cave lurk the unfleshed, and dangers beyond belief for all who seek to illuminate its supernatural mysteries. This is the cave of the living dead, from which furies, driven by the frenzy of a 200-year-old curse, murder by moonlight, leaving the mark of the vampire on the young girls they claim for their own. Girls who become blood sisters, forever doomed to serve such inhuman forces of evil as must be commanded by the devil himself.
Let's get him up.
The town is paralyzed by fear as its loveliest daughters fall prey to the unspeakable horrors of the unfleshed.
A vampire.
You see the unexplainable, the unimaginable, the undead in the cave of the living dead.
Bizarre. Terrifying. Rock Hudson, in an astonishing change of pace, stars in Seconds. Rock Hudson as a second, freed from all responsibilities, now ready to taste new pleasures. Rock Hudson, as a man who buys for himself a totally new life, a chance to begin again. Every man's dream since time began.
As soon as these people leave, I'm going to attack you. I want you to know that.
I'm counting on it.
Rock Hudson, as a man who lives the nightmare of being a second.
Why, you're staring at me like that? Hey, John. Hey, John. Hey, John. Why are they staring at me like that?
They know.
They know what?
They're like you. Reborns.
Oh, Laura!
Along the bleak, sinister Cornish coast, superstitious villagers believe a terrifying legend. A legend of a loathsome beast that rises out of a 200-year-old grave to seek an awesome revenge.
No, no!
An enormous black bird like a vulture with an awful human head.
From the grave has come this creature with a threat to wipe out every member of your family, from the youngest to the oldest, in that order.
Death strikes from the skies, terrifying the countryside. The only clues: a feather from a monstrous creature, gold coins taken from a tomb, an underground laboratory presided over by death. No man is safe. No woman is spared from the depredations of the vulture.
Welcome to a night of total terror. Night of the living dead, the dead who live on living flesh. The dead whose haunted souls hunt the living whose bodies are the only food for these ungodly creatures. Night of the living dead. A bizarre adventure in fear. An experience in shock, more shattering than your strangest nightmare. Night of the living dead. A night with the dead who cannot die. A night of total terror. Night of the living dead.
It's coming from the deep, dark recesses of the mind of Mel Brooks. I love him. Young Frankenstein.
Sky means business.
Young Frankenstein.
Oh dear, nothing left. What shall we throw in now?
Starring Gene Wilder as Dr. Frankenstein.
That's Frankenstein.
But what about your grandfather's work, sir?
My grandfather's work was doo-doo!
Peter Boyle as the monster. Marty Feldman as Igor.
My grandfather used to work for your grandfather.
I'm sure we'll get along splendidly. Oh, sorry.
Loris Leachman as Frau Blucher.
You played that music in the middle of the night?
Yes!
To get us into the laboratory?
Yes!
And it was you who left my grandfather's book out for me to find?
Yes!
So that I would?
Yes!
Then you and Victor were...
Say it. He was my boyfriend!
Kerry Garr as Inga.
Would you like to have a roll in the hay? Roll in the hay.
Kenneth Mars as the inspector. And Madeline Kahn as Elizabeth.
Where am I?
Calm down. What are you going to do to me? I'm not afraid of you. Listen, I have to be back by 11:30. I'm expecting a very important call.
Kill the monster! Storm their castle!
C. Mel Brooks, Young Frankenstein.
Yes, I think we could all use a good laugh.
But don't see it alone. Don't miss Young Frankenstein, personally directed by Mel Blazing Saddles Brooks, in black and white. No offense.
You frighten me when you talk like that.
It's true. I've discovered a power that's going to make you the most feared man on Earth. This is the closed-circuit television set focused on the test area, isn't it?
Yes.
And these buildings and equipment have been placed in the desert for destruction by the atom blast?
That's right.
Would you all kindly watch the screen? What you've just seen me do to that one small area, I can do to a city, a nation, or a continent.
Gentlemen, I'm convinced I saw him wipe out a city of concrete and steel by some power of mind. And my advice to you and to your governments is to take what this man says as a most serious matter.
Any country I have mentioned which does not have a representative here, present in this room, will find its capital city wiped out.
It's inhuman. Inhuman. It would be inhuman to deprive the world of his genius. With your knowledge of automation, you can help him to live again.
Fantastic are the implications of this story today as men delve ever closer to the secrets of eternity. This story of a human mind and emotions encased in a steel colossus without a soul.
That isn't just an abstract intellect. It's a brain that remembers and feels and suffers. Do you think for 1 minute he can continue to exist when he's been deprived of everything he's ever known or loved?
Impelled by an overwhelming lust for revenge against the world that remade him in this inhuman mold. Unchecked by any barrier of man or nature. Running wild in a terrifying orgy of destruction.
Welcome to Central High.
where the kids really get away with murder. Meet the in crowd at Central High.
Did you do that? No, I do better work.
Bruce, Mark, Teresa, Craig, and Paul. This year, the in crowd has a problem. Because this year, there's a new kid at Central.
You know the student lounge?
Lost?
David.
This place is a maze.
We'll get used to it.
And David doesn't like to be pushed around.
Already started a fight, okay? That's reason enough to waste him, except he beat you, all of you. And if you were thinking straight, man, you'd realize he's a good guy to have with us.
Okay, Mark. Talk to me.
They're already getting edgy about the way you've been acting. Playing with fire.
You tell them the same thing.
I said get out of there.
You're not talking to one of your stooges.
I'll get you out.
David lives by the golden rule. Do unto others and make it permanent. There are many popular sports at Central High. But this year, the most popular sport is murder.
Look, you've got 3 minutes.
We're staying.
I've warned you, that's all I can do.
Welcome to Central High. You're just in time for a massacre. Massacre at Central High.
He's back, the world's most evil man, with a fiendish plan of conquest.
The world has 2 weeks to decide. Obedience to my orders or obliteration.
Once again, the world trembles as the master of evil incarnate threatens to unleash his incredible powers.
Number 3 condenser is overheating.
No matter.
Once again, the dreaded name of Fu Manchu terrorizes all who dare defy him.
Formula. With this, I can control all things and all men. I'm Malin Smith, Scotland Yard.
Father! Dr. Kessler and the girl, they have escaped. They have reached the tunnel.
Excellent. And when the crystals are released into the tunnel, they will die. Flood the tunnels!
Never before seen such action, such excitement, as the world's most evil man returns. All new, all thrills, the castle of Fu Manchu.
Against black magic in the greatest battle of all time. As the the seven brothers and their one sister meet Dracula. While vampires drink the blood of the virgins and turn them into zombies. You haven't seen Kung Fu until you've seen the seven brothers and their one sister in action against Dracula. See the 10,000-year-old monster disintegrate before your eyes as the seven brothers and their one sister meet Dracula.
Okay, banga banga.
Since when do you talk a native language?
I just started today.
Well, what'd he say?
What did he say? I don't even know what I said.
I need you, oh, my do I, baby? Of course I do.
Duke Mitchell and Sammy Petrillo turn an island paradise into the zaniest madhouse in the seven seas. Charlita puts a gleam in Duke Mitchell's eyes.
Your smile only added life to your masquerade.
Muriel Landers puts the whammy on Sammy.
Sammy! Go on, get out of here. Run for your life.
Ramona, the romantic chimp, takes off on a romantic chase of her own.
Strange, but interesting.
Oh, what a charming compliment.
Bela Lugosi finds the perfect subject to turn a gorilla into a goof, and versa versa.
What are you trying to tell me? I don't understand a word. What am I, dumb or something? Don't answer that. Now, look, Duke Mitchell, I'm running this game, you understand? Now, don't talk back. Yeah, now put it on, because we got to get out this door.
You stupid fool. How'd I know they were coming out here? I'll get rid of them, though.
What's the matter with you? That's just a nickel.
Just a nickel.
See, that's what I tell you. There's nothing to be scared of.
That's what you see.
Well, boys, here we go again. Get away from
the dead. Hey, you.
Now you see him. Now you don't. Hold your breath and save your laughs when Bela Lugosi, that master of horror, meets those gloom-busting East Side kids. Even a respectable ghost gets a nervous breakdown.
It says here that in the night he prowls about seeking new victims, and in the daytime he sleeps in a coffin.
Well, let's wait till daytime, huh?
We ain't waiting for nothing. We're going right now. Go ahead, open it. Oh, you open it. And maybe it ain't supposed to be open till Christmas.
Who are you? You don't remember me. But 20 years ago in this very house, you scared the health out of me.
Say goodbye, Jules. You never left me without saying goodbye.
No clues, no fingerprints, no motive, nothing.
But surely if a man was choked to death, there would be imprints on his throat.
Why in the world do you stay in this place?
We can't leave.
Take the girl to my quarters.
Janet's car? Yeah. There's not a trace of it.
Loose. Do you hear me? You will be soon as big as a giant. Or, like all the others, dead.
Beautiful girls and one lone man struggling for survival, with death, sudden, violent, and horrible, lurking in the shadows.
Horrors of Spider
Island. Out of the night came a fate worse than death. A man's mind twisted, his brain poisoned, with an uncontrollable lust to kill.
Horrors of Spider Island.
A tale of terror that will leave you limp. So hideous and shocking, you won't believe your eyes. His hunger for victims was never satisfied. Prepare to be frightened out of your wits by the horrors of Spider Island.
The time is now 10:41. 19 minutes before countdown. 19 minutes. The time is now 10:46. 14 minutes before countdown. 14 minutes. 14 minutes before countdown. You are advised to stay inside. The time is now 10:51. 9 minutes before countdown. 9 minutes.
9 minutes before countdown. 9 minutes while the world waits and wonders. Share, if you dare, the unbearable suspense of men and women who have never in their lives faced greater peril. The day the Earth caught fire will burn itself into your memory. Is it fiction or is it fact?
What's the nutation of the Earth? Nutation? Well, it's a slight oscillation on the Earth's axis, caused by the pull of the sun and the moon on the equator. You see, there's a slight bulge on the...
There's also an item here about axis rotation. There's been 11-degree variation, whatever that may mean.
They've shifted the tilt of the Earth. The stupid, crazy, irresponsible bunglers. They've finally done it.
From the presses of Fleet Street, today's headlines blaze into tomorrow's history. And here are the people who report the most sensational story a newspaper has ever had to print. A story that might be the last it ever prints. These are the people who fought in the most explosive threat ever to face the world. Jeannie, the girl on the government switchboard. And Stenning, one-time ace reporter, striving to make a comeback in life and love.
You happened to walk in at the end of a Black Monday.
What about a foggy Sunday?
Oh, come on now, Pete. We're too old for
I'm not
scuffling.
too old.
Look, I said you could use the phone,
Oh,
and
come
that's
on now,
all.
Jeannie. What do you want? A slow build-up? Hot hands at the movies, knee troubles, and a coffee bath?
This is Maguire, the science editor who unearths the deadly facts.
What the hell kind of fog only comes up to the 4th floor?
Hard knows better than to come up here. This place is like the Andy Route to hell.
It's really chaos at London Airport, Mr. Maguire.
It usually is.
Question is, how do we get home tonight?
Yes, I know. Isn't it wonderful?
The countdown must have started by now.
Drink up, then. Here's how.
22. 21.
To the luck of the human race.
The day the Earth caught fire fearlessly tackles a ferocious subject. It will seize your imagination, stretch your nerves with suspense more compelling than any you have known in a cinema before.
4, 3, 2, 1.
From the exotic geisha houses of Tokyo to the back alleys of the Ginza Strip comes the terrifying news of a fiendish creature that threatens to destroy all who stand in his way. This is the frightening story of an American reporter in Tokyo who unwittingly became the victim of a shocking scientific experiment that turned him into a horrible mutant, half man, half monster, the Manster.
What happened? He got away.
I think I know where he's going, to Taurus. Follow me.
Right.
There's panic in the streets as the unheard-of terror of a half-man, half-monster runs wild through the city. There he goes! Don't miss The Manster, a genuine thriller in the most frightening sense of the word.
Invasion of the animal people. Out of the sky comes science fiction's most startling adventure of all time. Beyond description is the secret mission perpetrated by these strange creatures from another world. Invasion of the animal people bursts forth a tide of violence as never witnessed upon the face of the earth. Animal people, with a brain advanced by 1,000,000 years of evolution. Invasion of the animal people surpasses reason, challenges your own sanity. If ever a motion picture will be remembered above all others, the terrifying Invasion of the Animal People will stand as a pillar of granite as it rips forth its eerie shock, its strange and pulsating story. Don't miss Invasion of the Animal People.
You've lost the urge to experiment.
Oh, every time you touch me, I go out of my mind. Let me die. Let me die.
Her brain kept alive by experimental science, by a man whose abnormal passions inspired him to try the impossible.
I brought her back. She'll live and I'll get her another body.
Yes, and what of her soul? How can you make of her an experiment of horror?
His mad ambitions and desires threaten every woman possessing an attractive body. Girls whose measurements make them beauty contest participants. Professional figure models such as this. All are prey to his distorted desires.
What's locked behind that door?
Horror. No normal mind can imagine. Something even more terrible than you.
Horror has its ultimate, and I'm that.
Behind that door is the sum total of Dr. Corton's mistakes.
He intends to kill somebody. We've got to stop him.
Stop! Stop! You can't escape this shattering emotional experience that takes its place with the screen's most distinguished classics, that dares explore uncharted realms of exciting wizardry, that will ignite a storm of controversy with its strength and candor.
How old were you when you first let a man make love to you? Next, who was he? Next, how did you feel at the time? Next, how did you feel afterward? What did you feel? What did you think? Were you pleased, frightened, ecstatic, disgusted? What did he say? What words did you speak? That's what I want to know. Now, tell me. Now, all of it.
Robert Bloch, author of Psycho, creates a new masterpiece of suspense, The Cabinet of Caligari. Starring Glynis Johns, a girl alone in a house of terror. And Dan O'Herlihy as Caligari.
spying, peeping. It's cowardly, vicious. I was completely vulnerable in my bath.
My bath, my house, my sphere. And you are my guest.
Guest! We both know I'm a prisoner. Behind locked gates.
Psycho had it. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde had it. Rebecca had it. And now the Cabinet of Caligari brings a new, shocking impact to the screen.
What are you thinking now? Tell me now. What are you feeling? Tell me now, now. Look at me. What does it feel like not to have any feeling? Go ahead. Look at me. I wish the whole house were here, all of them, not to see me, to see you.
You may loathe him, acclaim him, accept him, reject him, but you'll talk about Caligari for months to come.
Clark, Zots. Cecil Kellaway, Zots. What's Zots? Well, if you've got Zots, you'll get the point. This is Professor Jonathan Jones, an ordinary, normal, everyday type absent-minded professor. Until he stumbles on a magic word that produces riotous results.
Zots.
What's Zots? It's the hardest word in the world to explain.
Well, sir, it's this power I have.
When you Zots a dull after-dinner speaker, you liven him up by slowing him down.
Yes, General. Very nice indeed, Uncle. Thank you.
When you throw a little Zots into a party, it really starts to jump. Zots.
Would you be interested in a method to immobilize, even destroy, as you choose, every living thing within range of vision? Ships, tanks, planes?
How do you intend to go about this? Light rays, sound vibrations, black magic?
Yes. I'm a human weapon.
Zots. Plots to steal Zots land the professor in some hot spots.
Zots!
What's Zots? It's the magic word for fun on land. Zots. Zots. At sea and in the air.
The dictionary says, paranoia, mental disease with delusions of fame, grandeur, persecution. Paranoia. Paranoia, one who suffers from delusions of fame, grandeur, persecution. Mental disease. Mental disease. This is the Ashby family. Eleanor Ashby, whose beautiful young life is darkened by a sinister shadow.
Her sister is sick.
Sick?
Well, she's very upset and disturbed.
Auntie, dear, my sister's insane.
What strange sickness needed the constant attention of such an unconventional nurse? Simon Ashby.
Does nothing with me, man! Get it! Get it!
Whose twisted, greedy mind was obsessed by an inheritance of £500,000.